Today we are going to look at how to factorize quadratics. Now, factorize quadratics might sound daunting at first, but fear not. By end of this tutorial, you will be a factorizing pro. So let's start with the basic quadratic expression. So we have here x squared plus 5x and plus 6. Our goal is to factorize this expression, which means we want to express it as a product of two binomials. Now we're going to see what that means. Now to do that, we need to find two numbers that multiplies to give the number at the end of the expression, and that adds up to give the number in front of the x. Okay, let's walk through the process step by step. So let's find the two numbers that multiplies to 6 and add up to 5. So let's write up all the factors of 6. Okay, I'm gonna write up all the factors of 6 here. So the two numbers that multiplies that gives me 6 is 1 and 6, or it could be -1 and -6, because we know that when you multiply two negatives, the answer is positive. So another factors, it could be 2 and 3, or -2 and -3. Now we need a pair that adds up to 5, which is +2 and +3. Because if I multiply 2 by 3, it gives me 6, and then if I add 2 and 3, it gives me +5. Now we have our numbers. We're going to write the quadratic expression using the factored form. So we're going to have double brackets. So our numbers is 2 and 3. So I will write up in the brackets x plus 2 and then x plus 3. So my advice is that always double check your factorization by expanding these double brackets to ensure it matches the original expression. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now. So let's go and then solve second question. So here we need to find the two numbers that multiplies to 30 and adds up to a -11. Okay, so first let's write down all the factors of +30. So that could be 1 and 30, or -1 and -30. It could be 2 and 15, or -2 and -15. We can have 3 and 10, or -3 and -10, and then finally we can have 5 and 6, or -5 and -6. Now we want the pair from all these factors that add up to -11, that which is -5 and -6. Now that we have our numbers, we can write up in the factorized form. So our numbers is -5 and -6. So I will write it down x minus 5. So that's the -5, and x minus 6, and that's -6. Okay. So now let's have a look at the next example. So we want to factorize the expression x squared plus 4x minus 32. So here we need to find the two numbers that multiply to -32 and add up to positive 4. So let's place this one so we don't forget. So we're looking at two numbers that we multiply gives us negative 32, but when we add them gives us positive 4. So let's write down all the factors of 32. So, all the factors of negative 32. So, when we're looking at the factors of a negative number, we will always have one factor positive and another one negative. Okay, because we know that when we multiply positive with the negative numbers, answer is always negative. Okay, now let's find the factors of negative 32. That could be negative 1 and 32, or 1 and negative 32. So then it could be negative 2 and positive 16, or 2 and negative 16. And another numbers pair of the factors are negative 4 and positive 8, or 4 and negative 8. Okay, now we need a pair that adds up to positive 4, and that would be minus 4 and 8. Okay, now that we have our numbers, we can write the quadratic expression using the factorized form. So I'm going to write up the double brackets. So my numbers is negative 4 and positive 8. So I write it down x minus 4 and x plus 8. So our final answer is this. And then let's try final question. So here we need to find the two numbers that when we multiply gives us negative 36, gives us negative 36, but if we add them up, it should give us a negative 9. Okay, now let's write down all the factors of negative 36. Okay, that could be negative 1 and positive 36, because we know that when we multiply negative with the positive numbers, we will get the negative answer. So, or it could be 1 and negative 36. We can have minus 2 and 18, or 2 and negative 18. We can have negative 3 and positive 12, or 3 and negative 12, and then we can have negative 6 and 6. Okay, now that we have our numbers, we need a pair that's add up to negative 9, and then that pair would be 3 and negative 12, because 3 plus minus 12 will give us negative 9. So now I'm going to write up in a factorized form this quadratic expression. So we're going to have x plus 3 and x minus 12, because our factor pair was positive 3 and then negative 12. Okay, and there you have it, guys. That's the art of quadratic factorization. You know, the practice makes perfect, so keep practicing, and soon you will be factorizing quadratics like a pro. So until next time, happy factorizing.